Hello, I'd like to share some positive reviews about KTCleanouts. KTCleanouts is a residential and commercial junk removal service, and they also rent dumpsters. Here are some positive reviews on Yelp. Lisa says, "We needed to hire a company to demolish and remove our hot tub from an enclosed deck. Bob, principal of KTCleanouts, was a pleasure to work with. From the bidding process to the final cleanout, he completed the job with his team as promised. For example, I had requested to see a copy of his insurance and a written estimate prior to the job. Bob had those documents sent to me within 24 hours. Bob and his team completed the job swiftly and left our deck in brush clean condition as promised. He also used a nice high-tech device which allowed us to swipe our credit card, which we loved, being reward point hounds. Cons? None. I highly recommend KT Cleanouts and will surely call on them again for future decluttering jobs." Christina also has a positive review. "We would highly recommend KT Cleanouts. They were extremely professional, responded to our inquiry quickly, and set up the appointment. They removed an above-ground pool, a pile of cardboard, an old mini fridge, and a concrete ring for us. The cost was very reasonable considering the amount of time and effort to dismantle and remove the pool. We were very impressed with the company and would use them again in the future if we needed junk removal." There are also positive reviews on yahoo.com. Marlene says, "Excellent company. They beat franchises for price and professionalism. They forgot something when they cleaned out my basement. I didn't realize it for 2 weeks. I called and they came that day, no questions asked, and even took another item that I had dug up and wanted to discard. Very friendly, clean, and great value. You will feel so good to get that space back." Another customer says, "We needed to remove many years of unused possessions from my 92-year-old father-in-law's home. This included cleaning out his basement, garage, and second floor bedrooms. After careful consideration, we hired KT Cleanouts. They totally exceeded our expectations. They employed a systematic methodology to the job with an emphasis on recycling and charitable contributions. We especially appreciated their sensitivity toward my father-in-law in that they were removing not only some of his property, but also some of his memories. They were kind and thoughtful while doing their best to minimize the disruption in his home as they worked. They did such a professional job that to say we strongly recommend them is almost understanding the level of service and value they offer their customers." On Google, KT Cleanouts has the following reviews. Kristen says, "Quick, easy, courteous, convenient, prompt, reliable, cost effective. Great family owned operation. I called on day 1, dumpster was delivered exactly at the time they promised on day 2. The delivery person, I believe the owner Bob, was professional, courteous, and more flexible with dropping at my desired location. He even took the time to make sure it was placed appropriately by taking the time to maneuver it several times to get it right where I wanted it. When I was finished with it, I called them and the next morning, again, right on time, they showed up and towed it away. Price was exactly as we discussed prior to delivery, and the service could not have been more prompt and friendly. They were more than helpful with determining the size of the dumpster and what they brought was exactly suited to my needs. Great experience. I cannot say enough great things about the quality of this company." Thumbtack, another review service, also has more reviews, 14 5-star reviews. Here's a before picture and an after picture. Bob was on time as he promised. He was very professional and reasonable with his fee. He immediately got to work and even offered to do more than what we initially discussed. I will hire him again and highly recommend him to others. Dave says, Bob, the owner of KT Cleanouts, did a very thorough and professional job for me. He was prompt, courteous, and complete. From the estimate through the actual cleanup, I would highly recommend Bob and KT Cleanouts. Very impressed with how seamless the transaction turned out to be. Bob's professionalism was impeccable. I highly recommend KT Cleanouts. There are also more testimonials on the KT Cleanouts webpage. Tom says, understood my emotional attachment to 100 years of items in our family. Just wanted to take a moment to thank you again for all of your efforts in cleaning out my family home in Somerville, Massachusetts over the last several months. Your thoughtfulness, compassion, efficiency, and professionalism made an extremely frustrating and emotional project a lot easier for me and my family. I am grateful that you understood my emotional attachment to 100 years of items in our family basement which someone else would have only seen as junk. You took the time to listen to me speak about the family history behind a tool that was found, a broken piece of pipe, the numerous wine barrels, or even a worn out and rusted childhood bicycle. You are a true gentleman and a person that I now consider a friend. Thanks again. Donna shared, testimonials on your website proved to be true. Arrived on time, kept to the estimated price, and did a great job. Thank you very much for removing my shed. You arrived on time and kept to the estimated price. You did a great job at taking down the shed and removing it, all within 45 minutes. I highly recommend KT Cleanouts. I work with over 2,000 people and we share a private company website of service providers where we recommend and share our experiences with various service providers. I'm going to add KT Cleanouts to the recommended list. Thanks. Steve from Concord wrote a review, 2-ton removal. I've been trying for the last 3 years to have someone come and remove our old steam boiler. This boiler weighed just under 2 tons. Called KT Cleanouts, and with their crew, they came and in only 1 day removed the boiler. Seamless pipes and old lawnmowers. I'd recommend KT Cleanouts to anyone needing any type of junk removal tasks.